Hey everybody, and welcome to another What's in a Box. Now, What's in a Box is basically us unboxing different boxes with games and miniatures. In this unboxing, we will be unboxing the Epic Battles Hail Caesar Punic Wars Republican Roman Commanders. This is pretty much what you're gonna get inside. So, small box actually, to be honest. But then again, this is a Epic Battles game. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's see what's inside. Alright, so we've just removed the plastic wrap, shrink wrap. So let's do this together. I haven't looked inside yet myself. So let's look at how Warlord Games packed this. Alright, so it comes in the... this is the new way they release miniatures now. In this very strange looking clamshells. There's no hook to hook anything on, but I suppose you save on plastic, I guess, a little bit. So these are all the figures. Let's look at them very quick. Right, so the first figure we're going to have a look at is Claudius Nero. Have a look at that. Can you see the detail? It's pretty good. There's quite a bit of flash here. A very nice looking figure. Let's look at the box art right here. So this guy is supposed to be this guy. So pretty much slightly bigger than the box art. So if you were to pick this up at your local Warlord Games, Stockist, or game store, you have an idea on how big it's going to be. But yeah, Claudius Nero. Very nice looking figure. Yeah, a bit of cleaning up to do. But yeah, very nice. So that's Claudius Nero. All right, so the next figure we're going to have a look at is Tiberius Sempronius Longus. Very nice looking figure. Yeah, lots of possibilities with the shield. Lots of nice detail on these figures. Not as much flash as it was in the last figure, the Claudius one, but yeah, very nice looking. Very nice commander to add to your Epic Battles army. All right, let's look at the next one. All right, the next one is Gaius Terentius. Oh, I hope I got that one right. Again, lots of some flash that you need to clean up, but quite a nice looking figure. I like the commander sculpts. They really give you opportunity, you know, to paint, if your painting skills are good, to paint it up to a standard that it's very notable and very standoutish. And you know, to do that, you gotta have nice sculpts. And this one looks really nice as well. All right, let's look at the next one. Next up is Scipio the Elder. Again, very nice looking. I think using different materials for the character models is a good idea. The sculpts are much more crisp. I mean, if you're painting, this is what you want to paint on because it's much more easier to work with. But yeah, I think some time with a scalpel removing the flash is a good idea. In fact, you know, I think it's a must. The figures are so small that even the slightest flash that's left on the figure will stand out pretty strong. Right, Scipio the Elder, and then let's look at the next one. Next is the mounted signifier, and I think if you're gonna freehand, that's enough space to do a freehand, I suppose. But very nice looking figure. Now in the box, this figure complements the man of the hour or the man of the box, Scipio Africanus. A little bit of an Ave there. Now these two are supposed to be together on a base, as shown on the box right there. They're supposed to be together. So But let's look at them on their own. You do want the main uh the main guy, Scipio Africanus, to stand out, and this looks like a very nice looking figure. Um, Definitely lots of bits to paint on, making it easier if you're new, and making it intriguing if you're a better painter, because all these little bits can be given a little bit of detail, you know, um, just to make it pop even more. All right, so Signifier and Scipio. Now the box also comes with other figures as well, like these. This is the Preco and Attendants, which is very nice looking. I also like the fact that they put them all together. So these are supposed to be on one base on its own, and because they are put together like this, chances of you miss basing is slightly less. Of course, you can actually follow the basing on the box for that, but it helps. Every little thing that makes hobbying easier helps. And as you can see over here, nice looking, very nice looking, very characterful looking figure. You can see over there. Very nice. So yeah, so this goes onto one base. And then we have Signifier. Now this guy is supposed to go with Terentius, Gaius Terentius. So they are supposed to be on a base on its own. Let's have a look at this guy. Very nice. Not much space to do a lot of design on the Signifier, but very nice nevertheless. So there's two figures to this base. Now let's look at the next one and the final figure. And the final figure, strangely enough, is the Servant. Let's have a look at the Servant. Oh, it's very nice. Yes, a very nice looking figure. It's brought some refreshments, and he is supposed to go with Scipio the Elder. So these are supposed to be on one figure, one base on its own. So let's have a very quick look at what we got. We got that as one base. We got this as one base. We got, let me see now, that, Scipio and Signifier. And then we got one of those, and one of those. So that's pretty much 6 bases. Let's double check with the box. Yes, there you go. 6 bases that you can get. All right, so as an added bonus, we have these to look at. Now, I've got to thank Laisu for letting me do this and show you his painted work. Of course, it'd be better if it was nicely based. You know what I mean? But he wanted to show me the work he's done on his Roman commanders, and let's just hope that when he starts working on all of these, they would look just as good. But have a look at that. Have a look at the color. The figures really pop. I'm going to give a little more time for us to enjoy these figures. I mean, we tend to forget how small they really are. But man, I think Laisu's done a really great job on each of these figures. Now, if you have the Epic Battles Hannibal set, you probably own these figures as well. So, let me just say that this will take time to get to this level. So, he decided to let me give me a preview of what the potential of the Commander's box can be, and I'm very happy that he did, because if I was gonna wait for him to show us all of his painted figures, it will be 2035 if we're lucky. But yeah, one more time, let's have a quick look at the figures. Very nice, very nice. This is basically what you can get from the figures. If you put a little bit more time on it, I think for most figures, the more time you put on, the more time you spend on the figures, the better. Just very quick though. Let me just show you the comparison. It's about the same. Of course it is. Of course it would be. But you can expect that at some point, I do not know when, these figures, will be just as good as these. And this is, like I said, it's a bonus. So thanks Laisu for showing us the painting of your figures. Let's hope we don't wait, you know, a decade for you to get them done. So that's pretty much it. That is the unboxing for the epic Hail Caesar Punic Wars Republican Roman Commander set. If you haven't, go and have a look on the web store. Get it if you're playing epic battles. If not, if you're not even collecting, this looks like a really good set for you to get if you're just a painter who's curious and want to try something new. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the video. So like and subscribe. And as always, let me just do this here. Don't forget to enjoy painting those figures.